The show which you are about to listen to is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of close friends, in particular, a tight-knit band of employees from a small, local horror marketplace. It is all the more tragic in that they were young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could have not expected, nor would they have wished to present to you as much of the madness and macabre that you're about to witness. For most, an idyllic horror podcast has become much more than a nightmare. The banter that is about to unfold will most likely lead to one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history. Welcome to Terror Traders Creepcast.
What's up, creeps? It's Jason, a.k.a. the Pope of Pain. And that's right, the co-owner of Terror Trader, your favorite year-round horror marketplace here in Chandler, Arizona. Come down. Let's get spooky. Oh, I like a radio voice.
It gets better and better.
Hey, to my right is my East Coast ghost, hailing from Salem, Massachusetts. It's JDK. What's up, Justin?
Hey, I couldn't sleep last night, buddy. I'm so excited to be talking to a really cool guest
I
today.
know. Look, I was sitting bullshit with you all day, but I don't care. I have guys on the phone, man. I have one of my favorite horror actresses in the world, man. She's definitely a face on our horror Mount Rushmore. That's right, the star of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and dozens of other horror classics, Miss Caroline Williams. Hello, Caroline.
Dude, thank you so much for that extravagant intro.
He does a very fine job.
I got a face for radio, you know. So, but I'm also nervous because I'm talking to a DJ, right? I mean, obviously we're talking to Stretch here, right? How you doing today?
Dude, a two-time DJ.
I know.
Oh, you got that Ric Flair two-time.
Yes, yeah. In fact, we just finished 10 minutes of midnight. That's wow. I want to get into that in a minute too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to kick things off real quick. So because you're a Texas girl. All right, which are notorious for being rough, tough, and extremely beautiful with that little touch of sass, right? 100%. So before we dive into your film career, what were you like growing up?
I was rough, tough, with a little touch of sass.
How about that?
I envision Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that film, everything about me was a replica.
Oh,
and
really?
I remember thinking, oh, my God, that's me. I mean, I beat up people.
Nice.
I loved catching snakes and toads and frogs and lizards and spiders and bugs. And
yes.
I was very much a tomboy. I was very rough and tumble.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's and I think you're like what, grew up like outside Dallas, I believe. So there's a lot of bugs and snakes and all types.
No.
You weren't?
No.
Oh.
I did not grow up outside of Dallas.
Oh, where did you grow up?
I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh.
I spent a significant period of my childhood in Jackson, Mississippi in the 60s when it was really great.
Right.
But that was my Southern upbringing. And that element of To Kill a Mockingbird was very much a part of my story as well. It was a very unusual, it was a dangerous,
sure,
deadly time. But unfortunately, or fortunately, it led to civil rights legislation.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my family did flee in 1969. It just got too
really
dangerous. It got too dangerous. So we moved then to Houston, Texas, and that's where the Texas part of my story began.
Okay, all right. I did not know that.
IMDb gets everything fucking wrong.
I know.
It's incredible. They cannot be trusted, dude.
I'm right with you. I hear it. Well, okay, you did a little bit of time in Texas, right? I guess for my segue into this as well, because I was wondering, getting into the film career, was it surreal? All right, you're living in Texas, you get the role of Stretch, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Was that kind of like, holy shit, this is pretty awesome? I'm not an original Texas girl because I thought you were at first, but a transplant. Kind of ruined my whole segue here on this one, but
the internet was wrong.
The fucking internet. What are you gonna do, right? So, but how was it when I don't know, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine you had some stiff competition getting into this role of Texas 2, right?
It was ridiculous. The Canon Film Group wanted to audition better known name actresses from New York and LA.
Right.
And that's what they did. And every single time, Tobe turned them down. He and Kit both wanted a Texas girl. Kit was from Texas. Tobe was from Texas.
Yeah.
They understood it's a singular identity. It's a very unique place. It's a character. Texas is a character in its own right, both in the first film, Texas Chainsaw Massacre original from 1974,
yes,
and in this film. And you see it vividly throughout the film.
Yeah.
And you can't have somebody, you can't have an actress who is unfamiliar with Texas mythology and history and the vibe.
Yes.
Just the overall vibe.
Definitely.
It's very pioneering. It's very aggressive. It's very explorative.
Sure.
It's very curious. I mean, it's a very singular identity. So, you know, it's a very famous story. When they brought me in, I was amazed I got to go read. But they were auditioning actresses in Austin. So this was every actress that I ever saw at any commercial audition in Dallas, Houston, Austin.
Sure.
So I go there and, everybody, the script is only action, basically.
Right.
The only dialogue was they live in fear.
Sure.
That was the only dialogue. So girls walk in, girls walk out, girls walk in, girls walk out. It's a long hallway. It's lined with chairs, and every chair has some girl in it.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
So with big, big boobs, and they've got the whole thing going on. The big hair, and it's the whole thing.
Sure.
So I said to the casting director, she calls me in, and I said, I'm gonna walk in working, so let them know that.
Right.
And I ran screaming down the hallway at the top of my lungs.
That's cool.
And I banged open the door, and I dropped down on the floor, and I crawled over to where they were sitting in their chairs. And I grabbed the legs of those chairs, and I started pulling on them.
Nice.
Because I wanted them out of those chairs.
Yeah.
And of course they got it. They jumped up. They let me take the chairs. I piled the chairs up against the door.
Yes.
And then I stumbled over to a corner of the room, and I, got very teary-eyed. They live on fear. They live on fear.
Wow.
That's what it takes.
Damn.
That's what it takes.
How about
dude.
I'm like clapping already.
Yeah,
I'm
no
like,
way. I wish YouTube, my only wish is YouTube was around then so I could watch
Yeah,
this
no shit,
on loop.
right? I love that. Yeah, I can only imagine. Because I imagine they recorded it. Oh, God, that'd be amazing.
And
to
they
see.
didn't tape things in that.
They did. Yeah, I guess you're right. This is, no kidding. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They didn't have the beta and the camera and all the things.
Right.
It's not that they did shoot makeup tests, makeup and hair tests, lighting tests. They did all that kind of stuff, but that was after I was hired.
Sure.
But they walked up so close to me. They were standing right across from me, and they were just staring at me.
Really?
And it was quiet as death.
Holy shit.
The nerves.
And I thought, even if I don't get it, I did good.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure. Oh my God.
So, and I didn't have a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so nobody can call you in your car and say, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I had to drive all the fuck back to Dallas.
No shit. Jesus.
Yeah,
I remember the days. I'm 50, so I remember the days of no cell phones and no internet. I fucking wish I had that back, to tell you the truth. So, but actually, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So,
Sure.
yeah, I guess I'll do a little bit. Now, did you ever think though that Texas 2 would be considered one of the? I would say Texas 1 gold. You can't touch it, but Texas 2 is definitely the next right in line, the best films in the entire franchise. Now, look, if you ask a lot of our fan base to come to the store. It's the number one. It's number one. It really is. But I mean, did you ever think when you're filming this that this thing is going to be gold? Like, cult classic gold.
all I knew were two words.
Oh, yeah.
2 words, Tobe Hooper.
Fuck yeah.
Say no more.
And my agent said, this is 13 years after the original film. It's a very weird script.
Yeah.
I did not get a full script until I was hired.
Wow.
I got the pages that I read in the room, and I didn't know really much about anything else. Mm. All I know is when they moved me down to Austin. Mm-hmm. We're staying in a little, it's like our own little village.
Yeah.
It's a group of apartments. Tom Savini has his lab set up.
Sure.
Wardrobe and makeup, everything is assembled in our little camp. And slowly but surely, I started getting the idea about what was going on. And then I got my script. And then Dennis showed up. But we were days away from shooting, days away. So learning the script and learning my lines, which is, I had the lion's share of everything. I'm on screen every single frame of the film. But you know what? The thing is, I embraced, the part was so thoroughly a part of me. Mm-hmm. It was really easy to get that all down. Plus, I'm working opposite Bill Moseley.
Right.
And I didn't understand the nature of who he was as a person and an actor until we got in there. Because he would fly off to planets unknown. And you just got to go with that.
Yeah.
You just got to go. And, obviously that was also sort of one of the centerpieces of the film.
For sure.
Because it just, it becomes even a richer universe of creativity for Tobe and for Kit and for everyone else. But I'll never forget the day that I saw him walk out of the makeup trailer where they had been applying all of his stuff. And this is before we started shooting. He walks out and I went, what the fuck? And, that was a moment.
Yeah.
And then meeting Bill Johnson, whose personality was a complete contradiction to the character he played.
For sure. I imagine. The thing I love about Texas too, though, it was like, I don't feel today, and once again, maybe I'm getting older, I just don't feel like the character development. I mean, you guys, every character, from LG, from everybody, was so fucking rich. So like, I mean, you could dive down. Each character can have his own spinoff if you want. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Obviously, right? But then you put all of you together, and it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. But even you could feel Texas. I mean, I go to Texas a lot. I know the humidity. I know the smells of Texas. But I can feel that through there. Even like LG's like spitting, spits and LG. It's just like, that's so fucking Texas. I love it, man. It's so amazing. And
one of the key moments in the film that to me put the real stamp on it, really put the brand on the skin of the calf.
Yeah,
is when that band we're at the chainsaw store.
Sure.
And that marching band goes by. And I went, everything about this, plus the scene in the chainsaw store.
Yes.
With Dennis.
Oh.
Everything about that was Texas to me.
We laugh.
And it resonates with me to this day.
Yeah, we laugh. I mean, we talk about this all the time. At the store, I don't know the guy's name, and I feel bad. But the owner of the chainsaw store, when Dennis Hopper's out there just cranking away at those logs, and he had the excitement of him, like, holy shit, this is the best day of my life. This guy just dropped all his cash, and he's out there with these chainsaw. It was just so. I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, who haven't been to Texas, I go, there's shops like life is like that down there. It's so amazing, right? Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, but if you go outside the big cities, that's what you get, and and Texas can be a fucking scary place. The last place I ever want to do is break down in like backwoods Texas. Like I go to like the Bastrop and all these other places. I'm like, oh hell no, I'll die here. So now
the rural areas, it's feed stores and little country beer joints and and things like that. And as a girl, during summer, lots of kids at the high schools, they would go to the farms and ranches. They drive through farm and ranch country between Houston and Austin looking for summer jobs, cutting hay, baling it, castrating cattle, doing farm jobs.
Yeah.
Because they were they only paid you beer money. But then you went out that night and you went doing, you're dancing and you're drinking beer and you're having a good time and you're meeting all these cute guys and you're doing your stuff. And, they would always keep it separate. The boys would be intense and the girls would either be in the house or they'd set something up for the girls that would be separate from the boys. Like, we're not going to find each other in the middle of the night.
Yeah, right.
but I know what you mean. The quiet of a country, environment.
Yeah.
Except for, cicadas and crickets and,
Sure.
the lone wolf or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little creepy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Caroline, I'm a big cardio guy, right? And that movie looked physically exhausting to shoot.
Yeah.
Out of all the films you've done, all the work you've done, what one did that one take the most out of you physically?
It had to.
Not at all. And I'll tell you why.
What?
Number one, I was vastly younger than I am now.
What? Come on.
I still try to bring some athleticism, some physicality.
Sure.
Action is essential, I think, to any movie. You can't just have people standing around talking.
Right.
So I try to bring that. But at 29, I was like a kid in a candy store. I love to run, jump, play, be dirty. I even at my age at the time, 29, I wasn't any different than I was as the kid that I compared myself to, And I just loved working with John Moyo, who was head of stunts, and the ever popular and deeply deserved popular Bob Elmore.
Yeah.
Who has maintained his identity as one half of Leatherface.
Yes.
From that film. As I've said often, the reason that Bill Johnson was hired, he was very zen. His heart and his soul came out in his eyes.
Right.
His personality was perfect for the character of Leatherface that they wanted to create for this film. Bob Elmore brought the physicality, the savagery, the aggression, what everybody knows Leatherface to be.
Sure.
And you sandwich those together with the rich, creamy filling of Stretch.
Yes.
And
I like that.
you've got one chainsaw cookie.
Yeah, you do. You definitely. You had to be. I mean, I love seeing the behind the scenes of like when you first met Leatherface and that, right? So the "Are You Good" scene, right? That you guys had to when they call cut, you had to be laughing your asses off because. I mean, we
were not laughing our asses off, and I'll tell you why.
Really?
Those scenes had the teeth on the saw.
Oh shit!
And you can't go tooth by tooth and dull those down or jimmy those down, and you can't shoot that scene without the teeth on it.
Yeah.
And so this is a dangerous operation.
Yes.
And they were literally. And they were definitely protective of me.
Sure.
Because you can't let me get sick. I had one sick day. I came down with crew flu or something.
Right.
I had one sick day. They sent a doctor to my little apartment I was living in who gave me a shot and he gave me a pill. And I went back to work the next day. I don't know what the fuck he gave me. I went back to work the next day. Those were, everything was masterfully constructed by John Moya.
Sure.
And that stunt crew, those guys were on their game. Tom Berenger doubled for Bill Moseley,
really?
Who had a lot of rough and tumble stuff.
Yeah.
And Bob Elmore couldn't have been more protective. And the guy is just knowledgeable. He knows the math. How many steps do you take before you jump off the side of a 3 or 4 story drop off and land in a bunch of boxes?
Right.
That is a skill.
Yeah, it's a science for sure.
It is, and they were absolutely on their game with that one.
That's amazing. God, man.
Yeah.
Well, look, you've been in countless horror films we can go over, but I have to say you checked one box that I've always been, it's been a personal dream of mine, and Justin's going to roll his eyes. We're going to fall his fucking head here, but you were in a Sharknado movie. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yes. Sharknado 4. It had to be fun. All right. You're seeing, you had Dan Yeager, you had Dwayne Chapman with you and all that stuff. It looked like a fun time. I've said that was like my, too bad I don't think they make them anymore, but I was like, that's my life goal one day, which is, I don't have very high expectations, I guess, but I wanted to be in a Sharknado movie so bad. So how was that?
Listen, when I began watching the Sharknado series, my boys had embraced it. They had tuned into the first one.
Yes.
And were the joy. By the time the second one came around, and of course I watched it in reruns, it was just in a loop in our house.
Sure.
I would serve fish sticks. We would throw popcorn at the screen. We invited all their friends, and we pulled all the sofa cushions off,
Yeah.
and we bounced up and down, and it was bedlam. Okay.
Yeah.
By the time the second one rolled around, and I saw who was in these films, and just the absurdity of the way they were scripted and the dialogue, I could not take it. I called Anthony Ferrante. I found his ass. I called him on the phone. I am not ashamed to say I begged him.
Hey.
I said, I know you're a Chainsaw 2 fan. I know you're a Chainsaw fan. I know you're a Tobe fan.
Yeah.
You need to write something for me. I don't care how big or small. I want to be in this fucking movie. Can you please take care of this?
Yeah.
And he did.
It worked.
And he created this crazy, what the fuck family.
Yeah.
I had the time of my life. I love Ian Ziering. The guy is good to go.
Sure.
But I also fell in love with Anthony Ferrante and his style of directing. Very like Tobe Hooper.
Really?
He'll just shout at you off camera. He doesn't give a fuck. More, uglier, bigger face.
Yes.
Flame. I mean, that's the way it goes.
I love it.
So it's completely unambiguous. There's no walking you away and whispering, and it's none of that shit. He's just right there. And also the result was so wonderful. I went on to do a television series pilot with Anthony called Faraway Canyon, based on a graphic novel. A story idea from heaven.
Sure.
Story idea to die. Yeah. And I won't go further because I am still hopeful that will come back to life.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Through the asylum, through Tubi, somehow.
Bring it.
Because it was, I'm going to tell you, it was an idea for the ages that is contemporary now, that draws on many of the influences that we're enjoying in our programming now. Horror and action adventure and scary now. And so I'm ever hopeful. But I love Anthony Ferrante. He's done a host of really great projects that are out there now.
Nice.
And they had a big panel down at Comic-Con for Sharknado. And every hall was packed for every panel. So it shows you how
cool. Yeah.
Well, the rumor is they're going to do a Sharknado movie. So I'm keeping fingers crossed. I will get to come back for that.
That's what I'm talking about. I will protest if they don't. If
you will.
If you're not, that's what
I will too.
Don't make them do it.
Have you ever seen like the what was it? It's like the meme with who's the guy eating the popcorn. Also he points. Oh, it's what's this guy's name? Whatever. Yeah. And it's like when I saw Caroline Williams on Sharknado 4, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like throwing popcorn. I'm like, look at this. This is amazing. Finally, they get it right. So.
And I got to twirl and dance. And I had hoped I would cut up more sharks.
Yeah.
I think I only got one.
I think you got one,
before I got eaten. And then I got eaten. So there you go.
Hey, but that's the best. That's the best. Right there.
No,
I
cool.
quickly want to segue into my summer shark movie that is coming up.
Wait. Oh, I didn't know this.
Oh.
Breaking news here.
Let's hear it.
This breaking news.
Yes.
Because of my relationship with Sharknado and because of my relationship with the Asylum, I have enjoyed doing Asylum films since.
Yes.
And one of the most recent was Doomsday Meteor, directed by Noah Luke, a very talented guy.
Solid, yes.
But the biggest and the best that you are going to enjoy is going to be Megalodon the Frenzy.
Sign me up. I can see the cover now.
Oh, my God.
I play the captain of the submersible team.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I work part-time for, or I have a professional military relationship with Eric Roberts.
Nice.
And we are trying to create clean energy.
Yes.
When the Megalodon pod comes for us.
I love this.
And it is off the fucking chain. If I may use an irritated expression. It's directed by Brendan Petrizzo. It's done in conjunction, I believe, with Tubi. Tubi has a professional relationship now with the Asylum.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing a lot of Asylum This movie will make it into theaters. We will be at select theaters across the country.
Oh, shit.
We'll be there.
We will be at one in L.A.
Nice.
I don't know that we'll be one in Arizona, but we were with Doomsday Meteor. So, hey, hide and watch. It could happen.
Yeah, I bring it. If anybody knows me, that is my guilty pleasure is for just crazy shark movies.
I'm
six-headed shark attack, fucking bring it. Five-headed shark, Santa Jaws. I go nuts. So this is, you don't understand, Carolyn. This is like probably the best news I've heard in years. So
this is a real splash for Jason.
Yeah. Oh, nice. The dad joke over there. That's good. So, hey, let me pull. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to pull back this curtain for a second here, right?
Go for it.
And the life of an actor type of thing. So let me throw, watching you say in the role 10 Minutes to Midnight, okay? You went through a shitload of emotions, right? You were like this happy DJ on your last shift, and then like to the psychotic, pissed off vampire. I always wondered, this is me, I always wondered, but when it's your time for your character like to go off the rails, right? Is there like prep time? You got to work your way up to that, or can you just turn it on when the director calls action? You know, I've always wondered that.
You know, all kudos and all credit goes to Eric Blomquist, who is an amazing director. He's got a new movie, She Came from the Woods, and another one after that. So he's going to have a very hot career. But Eric Blomquist, because I did not want Amy Marlowe to resemble Stretch.
Right.
I did not want Amy Marlowe to resemble Caroline Williams. I have a lot of little default mechanisms and little, I do things with my mouth, and I make certain gestures, and I do certain things that I fall back on, partly out of laziness, partly out of where the fuck am I going? This director isn't giving me anything.
Right.
And you can ask, there are directors, you can ask them, I need to know blah, blah, blah. And they kind of either they can't communicate it to you or they don't know, because they haven't worked closely enough with the writer.
Sure.
Eric Blomquist and his brother co-wrote this. Wow. And they came up I believe Amy Marlowe is a character for the ages, and the story is so unique and so masterful.
Yes.
When it was time to go off the rails, because Eric, he seated himself next to the lens for the entire duration of the shoot. And he talked me through the entire role.
Really?
Especially the particularly challenging places where I do go off the rails.
Yeah.
The place where I revert to my younger days, 30 years before.
Sure.
He did not want to make me younger through costuming, makeup, special effects. He didn't want to do any of that. He said, everything we do with young Amy has to be, it's going to have to come from within you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pitch your voice maybe a little differently without making it obvious. Your gestures, your confidence level will have to be very low. Everything has to be different.
Yeah.
And that was one of the scenes that also took the longest. That scene to me was off the rails because I didn't know how to play it. I've never done anything like that.
You did it very well, because it took a second when that wrote, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is a flash. Well, I say flashback, but you're back. The younger, earlier DJ, Amy, whatever. But it was like, it was still like I said, no CG or anything like that. It was still you. But within like 2 seconds, I got it immediately, and I actually really enjoyed it, and you did it very, very well as well. So if no one's told you, you delivered it like a champ. It was amazing. So super fun movie.
Thank you so much. I also have to give some credit to Thomas Wen. Thomas Wen was our DP.
Yeah, and
he's a more smaller in stature guy. And he's hefting this giant fucking camera. And we were our location was a fully operational radio station. And we shot from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. And that's all we had each day.
Oh.
And in the bathroom scene, in some of the scenes where I'm in the DJ booth, he really had to tuck himself into very small spaces.
I bet.
to make the interior look a little bigger.
Sure.
And do the gig. But for the youthful scenes, he really lit me up. When you look at that footage, he really he bathed me in this beautiful light.
Right.
And that also, and makeup.
Sure.
Our wonderful makeup girl, Amanda oh shit, now I'm going up on her name and I hate myself. But she was remarkable. You can check the IMDb for those credits. She was utterly amazing as well.
That's awesome.
And we shot that in 7 nights.
Really?
Yeah, for $50,000.
Jesus! Wow. Okay, well that looked that surprised me because it looks amazing. You know, I mean it doesn't look rushed. It doesn't look. I mean, I thought it was an amazing movie. So wow. Okay.
Yeah, certainly not 7 days.
That's a long. That's a quick but long. I bet a lot of hours in that one. But
well, it was 12-hour days, no doubt,
sure.
Because we had to make use of every single minute. And once again, I am in every single scene.
Yeah.
And so, but I love that.
Yeah.
I live for that. That's where you really know the character, embrace the character, and become more like somebody that you aren't.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, when you dive down deep into the ocean, I don't know if you've ever gone, you know, scuba diving or
absolutely
anything like that. It's another world.
Yeah.
It's a world where you aren't in control, but you have to be in control.
Right. That's
right.
And you're not at the top of the food chain anymore either. So that's one thing I've learned.
No. Yeah.
So it is a different world.
Totally.
Though. You know, it's 100%. That's crazy. So, all right. So look, working in say Hollywood, right? I know you've had tons of lessons in your life. So what's the most surprising or most unexpected lesson you've learned from working in the film industry? Something that you like, man, I would never have guessed it's been this way, or good or bad, you know?
Man. It's impossible to name a single thing because the elements of movie making are all so essential. You've got to be able to be a part of the crew and the cast. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't put only when you're going in front of the camera can you put your own needs and the needs of the character foremost.
Right.
Oh my God,
that's a tough one. Hey, look, I stumped Caroline Williams. I love it. My job is done. No, I'm just kidding.
You stumped me.
Sorry. It's always.
I try to avoid the business aspects because it's deeply unpleasant.
I bet.
And you're seeing that played out now with the strike.
Yeah.
Here in LA, and I hate to say this, it's ugly and it's awful. It's not going to end well.
I bet.
It's not going to end well.
Yeah,
the whip hand does not belong to the creative, and it should.
I agree. I think it's going to be. I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I do think that this is going to reshape the future for actors and writers, basically the whole industry. Because once the actors, the writers are on strike, I mean, everybody else is on strike. You know what I'm saying? Technically, I guess, right? You're not really working, and we've seen that a lot. We deal with a lot of special effects artists that are coming, you know, selling stuff out of our store now because they're like, we need some side money because our hours are cut down to nothing. Even at KMB, which I won't listen to the actual guy's name, but he's hitting us up for yesterday, going, we're fucked right now. So I'm like, whatever we get. So it's sad to see this over, and I know it's not just AI. There's more to that, but that is a big deal. That is a huge deal that we're you know, I mean, especially the writer side of things. I didn't want to dive down too deep into that. And I don't know how personal and that gets, but it's definitely it's going to cause waves and it's going to reshape. I think this, and I don't know if for a good way, but the film industry.
You're entirely accurate. Every single thing you said is what I would say. And it's tragic because and the answer I would give you about the business that I have learned, my greatest and most essential relationship is with the writer. Mm-hmm. It begins with the writer. Yeah. I don't write my own bios. I don't make make up my own backstory. I find the writer.
Correct.
And if I'm lucky, the writer is there. And I can go to him and say, what were you thinking at this point in the story? What were you thinking here? What is she thinking that happened in her past that is subtext for this scene?
Sure.
It begins with the words. I believe it is criminal. Mm-hmm. Criminal.
Yeah.
What has been done to the writers.
I agree.
Because everything begins there. But sadly, you know, the studios, they're not even studios anymore. When Amazon is a studio, when Apple is a studio, you don't have any negotiating capital.
Right.
I mean, the business has fundamentally and basically changed. Unionized labor is not necessarily going to be the future. Indie films, and it's been said a million times, even before the strike happened, indie producers, directors were saying, we're indies. We're going to do our own thing. Fuck you.
Right.
And that's what they've been doing. And the future belongs to indies. And the indie producers, writers, directors I'm hearing from are just simply going to go make their movies someplace else.
Yep.
But they're going to make movies. They're going to do it.
Right.
Streaming systems are going to be changing and become more highly individualized. Everything is changing.
I can see it.
It's very unpredictable.
But I mean,
everything you said.
Let's look at the indie side of things real quick and just say we're going to throw out Terrifier, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What they've done, what Damien Leone's done. Now, granted, I know he's with the studio now and all that stuff, right? And all that. But for part 3, I believe, or maybe not, I don't know. I could be wrong with that. But you look at Terrifier 1 and 2, and even All Hallows Eve and all that stuff. That was independent film, and holy shit, did that just shocked the horror world? You know, I mean, it's like, what is this thing coming out? This fucking clown, and this is amazing. It was brutal shit I've seen on film, but it worked, and it's and like I think everybody we deal with a lot because our whole entire 6,000 square feet shop is filled with independent artists and all that, and everybody shop local. That's a big deal. Well, I still believe that in the big days or the Hollywood scene or say the film scene, because I love a good independent film. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know. Once again, I know with SAG and all this other stuff, and I don't know how that all works because I'm just a nobody. But I just when you see an independent film, regardless horror or not, and it rocks. It's like the little guy won. This is great, you know. So I just
well, then here's what gives me pause. Not just about Damien Leone, but about a lot of indies that have now affiliated with the top 5 agencies.
Yeah,
WME. CAA, those shops are the studios. They represent the producers.
Right.
What happens when you take somebody like Damien Leone and he is now, in a way, co-opted by those forces? Yeah. Now what happens?
Right.
I would love to see him be able to maintain his individuality and his independence, but I'm doubtful because they have the whip hand. Yeah. They have the money.
True.
And that's what bothers me.
It's sad. It's sad that's the way it's going. Who knows? Who knows where it's going to go? I don't know. I mean, every day's we're just at the edge of our seats watching because I mean it's going to definitely, like I said, we said earlier, it's going to shape this thing, and I don't feel in a good way, but we'll find out. So let me do something new real quick, though.
Do it.
I've asked this question a lot about other careers, but never about the film industry. So, Carolyn, once again, putting you on the spot. I love doing this. I need to find.
It's important. You don't want a boring interview.
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
Where nobody goes, hey, I think that's a sucky question.
Right. All right. So I'm seeking out to find out the best job in Hollywood. So if you were to switch roles with a crew member for a day on the film set, what role are you going to do? What are you going to choose? What are we swapping with?
Special effects.
I was hoping you would say that.
I felt it.
And there is no fucking doubt. I'll mix blood. Just tell me what to do because you're creating art that can endure for a lifetime. Fluffy may as well be the fucking Statue of Liberty.
I love it.
I mean, I watch Creep Show. Creep Show is just kind of a soothing wash.
Yes.
Fabulous.
We call that comfort films for us. Yes,
for sure.
You know?
Comfort films. Entirely.
Yep. So you can have it out in the background at your house any time of the day.
Absolutely.
And it's just great. You know, it's gold. So, I love that.
No, same. And talking about effects and just being a longtime fan of yours, what were some of your favorite effects, movies growing up? Like, what were the ones that when you saw you were like, holy shit?
That's a good question. Man, look at Justin.
Wow.
Coming out hard here with these questions. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean that's something. I mean you're a horror icon, so there had to be some.
I mean, you see The Thing for the first time,
right? There's definitely some influence for sure. I'm sure, right?
The pea soup coming out of Regan in The Exorcist.
Yeah,
love it.
Number one, The Exorcist is easily my number one.
Yeah,
horror film. It's the war between literally God and Satan.
Sure. Yes.
And that angle has been picked up and replicated many times by James Wan.
Yes.
I don't know if James Wan is a Christian. I believe that he is.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But he has recreated that dynamic, which I think within the human soul, whether you're a believer or not, there's always that just don't know area.
Absolutely.
That dynamic plugs into.
Yeah.
Is there a God? Is there Satan? What happens if one of them wins? Who do I want to win?
Right.
And then you see it in the story. You see it unfolding in the frickin' story.
Yes.
Whether it's Father Damien receiving his last rites, having absorbed the spirit of Satan into himself to save the girl in true Jesus fashion, or whether it's the Warren family.
Yeah.
Taking Satan out of that family's home.
Right.
I mean, and then it pops up someplace else because Satan is forever too.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah. And it's amazing to see, like I say, you just a perfect example of The Exorcist, how a film that's, well, shit, I was born in 1973, so that's 50 years old. Holy shit, I'm really old. Okay, so, no, I'm not. I'm young. Sorry. But to see that, I mean, it holds up. We watch kids come across, I say kids, teenagers that first seen that movie. My daughter, when she first saw that movie, I think she wasn't even until 18 she saw it, and it just scared the shit out of her. And I go, what movies from the 70s besides like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and blah, maybe Omen or whatever could really scare? There's only a handful that really can resonate with the future generation, the younger generation, and that is one of them. 100%, I would say The Exorcist. You want to be just fucking terrified, watch that.
Exorcist, Shining.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Shining. I was also way into The Omen.
Oh yeah.
The Omen is my strong number 2. And it was a strong number 2 because of Billy Whitelaw. She comes in, she's the substitute nanny. She's so nice. But when she's going to go and get Lee Remick and throw her out of the hospital onto the top of the ambulance, when that look is on her face and she's walking towards camera, that is a powerful frickin' moment.
It is, for sure. I know. It's crazy. I fucking love
it. And the head cut off by the glass.
The glass, right? Which is a phenomenal scene. I mean, absolutely. Legendary scenes like that. So, look, I mean, my God. There's so much to pack in and all that stuff. And I'm glad, like I said, we had we stumped.
Some questions.
So, yeah. I think
and here's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We get to think them and ask them in August.
That's it. I'm going to segue right into it. You're talking about, let's talk about the upcoming Gathering of the Ghouls. You're coming out here. You are a guest of honor here. And one thing that fans are super excited about, that we've been hearing about a lot, actually you're making a lot of people nervous, is you're actually going to be judging our cosplay contest, you and Amelia Kincaid from Night of the Demons. And so we've had so many people coming like, is Caroline Williams going to be? I guess she's going to be. She's going to be right. You're going to be right in front of her for a matter of 30 seconds at a time, But holy shit, Caroline! You wait till you see what the Arizona horror community was going to produce. We're like the bastard children, I would say, right? We're out here, 175,000 degrees right now, but we have people daily cosplaying coming in. Horror is a lifestyle for us Arizonans out here, and it's fucking weird, but I love it. and I promise you.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I find the desert terrifying.
Well, it's terrifying,
and especially since the hills have eyes.
Yes,
I saw the hills have eyes, and I never was comfortable with the desert because there's all the animals, and there's the spiders, and there's the scorpions, and there's the things. And the scorpions, they want to come in and get cool too.
Yeah.
And they could be in the toe of your shoe. And you put your shoe on and it stings you, and then you have to get your toe cut off.
Yes.
I mean, it's,
Welcome to Arizona.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
That's a Wednesday.
Now, I have enjoyed Arizona many times. I've been to Arizona many times, and I've enjoyed it many times. But I don't believe that I have done a convention in Arizona. If I have, I need to be reminded because I don't recall ever doing one there.
This is amazing.
Maybe I was in Mesa.
Okay, It could be. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's where you're going to be.
But I don't remember doing one.
Well, look,
you'll remember this one.
I promise you'll remember this one. We're a rowdy bunch. We're a fun bunch, and but we come out in droves, and we have we don't stop until we have a good time. I promise you're going to have a great time here, and it's going to be our convention's a little bit different than your average celeb con type of stuff. We're a party, and it's just amazing photo ops everywhere, and just a good time, and the vibes are amazing. So you're going to have a blast, and we're gonna party. We're gonna have
4 weeks only.
Yeah, it's coming up. Holy shit!
I can't wait.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I'm getting moved into my new place by the 10th.
Oh, nice.
And I'll be, partially settled, but
Sure.
I'm looking forward to coming out there. And I have a suggestion that could be fun.
Yeah.
As long as you keep the teeth of the saw as far away from me as you can.
Sure.
And I'm suggesting having the subject point the saw towards the camera lens.
Yeah.
So you can read how good are you.
Yeah.
The way they do the Clint Eastwood 44 move
100%.
in Dirty Harry, right?
Yes.
When I do my photo op, and you've got to have a good chair. You got to have a good sturdy chair with a good sturdy back.
We got it.
And so I can do my traditional pose.
That would be amazing.
But the photo subject can have the saw.
This will be.
But they have to keep the teeth of the saw. Somebody has to handle the saw responsibly for the subject.
Gotcha.
Because, they've been drinking and they don't know what to do. I am not going to handle the saw. It looks very heavy, so you can forget that.
Yeah.
But
definitely. We'll make it work, I promise you. And of course, all these are 100% safe. That's what we
for sure.
One thing we do, we party hard here, but we're all safe, right?
The bastard children are safe.
Yes, that's a definite. So yeah,
perfect.
You will have fun, guys. And then look, I'm telling everybody right now, the Arizona community is coming out like crazy for this. So this is going to be nuts, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a fast 48 hours for you and all that stuff. But we're going to have fun. So, guys, I just first off, thank you so much, Caroline, for your time. So cool. And this is amazing. And guys, I want you to make sure to go follow Caroline on all the social platforms. It's Willie Caroline on IG and Twitter, and I'm not sure what else you're on, but that's good enough. You can find.
I'm only on those two.
Oh, there you go.
I cannot do all this shit.
Oh, it's too much. I know. It's like it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
So
fuck.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
I love it.
Amen.
And then, of course, guys, come out to see her August 26th, 27th here in Mesa, Arizona, at the Mesa Convention Center at the Gathering of the Ghouls. This is going to be a party like no other. And I'm going to spit and say, "Oh, LG."
My blessed LG. And I didn't get to talk about him.
Oh.
And I lament that because the moment I met him, we were together forever.
Really?
Yeah. And his loss has remained a substantial loss in my life.
I can imagine. He looks like he was such a charismatic person, and it looks like a fun person, which someone told me the other day he was, I forgot, in Poltergeist.
He was, yeah.
Right? He was one of the construction workers out there in the window. And I was like,
that blew my mind.
Holy shit. How did I've watched Poltergeist 19,000 times. How did I didn't put two and two together. But that is, he looked like an amazing human being. And it was sad that, that he's not
demonstrates to you the loyalty that Tobe had to his people. And of course we don't have Tobe anymore. No. And that's a substantial loss. He could have given us so much more. He was so highly experimental.
Yeah.
People didn't like a lot of the stuff that he did. I totally get it. But I have yet to see Jinn that he shot in the United Arab Republic. They seized. Actually, Mick Garris has a copy. Wow. Mick Garris and Toby's son, William, has a copy. Damn. And I hope that Mick will screen for me at some point, or that we can provide a screening.
Yes.
So much of the Chainsaw 2 and so much of Toby's material is bollocksed in legal things.
It's too bad.
And nobody seems able to understand it or sort it. And I have always hoped that Kim Henkel would do so. And it could still happen. It could still happen.
Yeah.
But it has not yet. So.
Fingers crossed on that one. I mean, amazing.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Send prayers to God or Satan.
Either one. We'll figure it out.
We will.
Yes, right.
We shall. Listen, you guys were great. I can't wait to meet you.
Yes.
Super fun interview.
Thank you.
And I think I'm going to have a great time at the con.
I promise you will. And like I said, we're honored that you're coming out here. So thank you again, Caroline, so much. And we'll see you in less than a month.
I know. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, have a great day. Good luck on your move. And, we'll catch you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
And be ready for Megalodon the Frenzy coming from the asylum.
I'm already waiting. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Bring it.
On August 18th.
Oh, shit.
August 18th. We will be we played, Doomsday Meteor played Mesa. so we could be at a theater there.
I would.
Can happen.
I will. We will pack it. I promise you.
No doubt.
There is no fucking doubt. So.
And I will come there.
I love it.
I will come there.
I will fucking. Let's
well,
make
I'm
this
going
happen.
to be there, so fuck it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
no doubt.
All right. Thanks, Caroline. Have a great day.
I shall. You guys enjoy.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Oh, what an amazing woman. She is amazing. So I'm pumped. All right. Great interview, man. Let's. I didn't even want Justin. I like you, but I'd sit here and talk more with you. But
We'll do it all fucking day.
I can't top that right there.
We'll do it all day, buddy.
All right, guys. Look, like you said, we'll see you guys obviously August 26th, 27th. If not in the store before that, if you're out of state and you haven't come to our store, what the fuck's the problem?
What is the fucking
Yeah, all right. Just it's a thing called an airplane or a car. You should look into it, get into it, come down to Terror Trader, and let's get. Well, I was going to say spooky.
spooky, scary, creepy?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, LG.
Oh.